what are we going to do about water?
What are we going to do?
Okay.
Now
I got
he
it.
gets
I
it.
got it.
My
Now we're
boat
there.
went off.
Now we're there, everybody. That was good.
All right. Well,
what are we
hopefully
going to do
about the water? So, you're ready?
Yeah, y'all can go.
Okay, here we are once again for the show without a name. We don't have a name, but we have a purpose and an identity, and it's to be educational, right?
And have fun.
Bingo, ding, ding, ding. Hence why you see my production crew set this crazy setup. I don't even know why my picture's right here.
And Ashley actually got me this mug.
I did.
It says world's best public employee, and it doesn't say any other words on there.
Why it says grandpa?
Yeah,
I don't know.
wanna
You know,
that.
it completely
know
went
that
over
one.
my head. I'm
Because-
not sure why.
Well, you know, mugs are not cheap, so sometimes you get a mug that says best grandpa
You
on it,
get
and then
what
that's
you
it.
and then you
legit.
remember that I myself am not a grandfather, and so you have to kind of cross it out and put the right thing
But
on
she's
there.
got the grandpa jokes, as you
Yeah.
will see in a second. So get ready.
All right.
Today, it is all about what are you going to do about your water?
Shower us with your
anything
wisdom.
y'all need to know when it comes to
So Ken Gill is our Director of Public Works for the city. So in case you're wondering, this guy right here has so much wisdom.
Thank you.
Right up here, and here, and here. I know. So tell us about it. Basically, give us a big picture. What does city's public works do with water? How does it relate to drought? I mean, just the big picture. Don't get all technical, please.
The big
'Cause it goes
picture
right here.
is we're a water supplier to the citizens of Victoria, and we produce water, we treat it, we make it safe for the citizens. That's our job.
Mhm.
We distribute it out to the citizens. That's another big part of it. That's big picture.
I love that. And people always ask us, right?
Mhm.
How do we get the water from the river? And I'm like, that's not really how it works. And so I know that. Can you
Yes.
show? So obviously we have a visual right here. Can you
Mhm.
show us a little bit?
I'm
how
going to
it
let
works?
Greg talk about how we get it from the river to your faucet.
That's called
By
delegating.
The river?
It is delegating.
My name is
Introduce
Greg
yourself.
Rodriguez. I'm one of the operations and maintenance managers for the city of Victoria,
Yes.
our public works area. One of the ways that we go ahead and get our water
Mhm.
is we get it from the Guadalupe River.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is that water is actually going to go ahead and,
Oh.
from the river, is actually going to go ahead and come from
Thank you, AJ.
Guadalupe River. And from there, we're going to go ahead and put them in our off-channel reservoirs. Is basically a pond. And from there, they're going to go to our treatment plant.
So this is the Guadalupe.
Yep, this
It's a
is
lot
Guadalupe
clearer
River.
than the
Yes,
Guadalupe.
it is. And it comes from here,
Mhm.
and it goes to the off-channel reservoirs. And then from here, they go ahead and go to, from the raw water, which is where they're coming out from, or the off-channel reservoirs, they're going to go to the treatment facility
Mm-hmm.
where everything is treated.
Get rid of all the dirt,
Yeah.
get rid of all
dirt,
the
pathogens,
gross
anything else
stuff.
disinfected, goes from the water towers, and everything goes to your home.
Nice.
And hopefully when you turn on your faucet,
there you
it's
go.
just
Wrong
something that you take for granted, like, oh, there's water here.
Exactly.
So when you wake up in the morning, it's there for you.
You take it for granted because there's not any problems.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
why Ken
That's-
always says, we want you to take our service for granted because we don't want you to have any problems. So
Yep.
that's a good thing. So this water treatment plant, if I just want to plug real quick, anyone ever heard of Citizens Academy? If you haven't, you should register because it is free every year and we take a tour of the water plants. Really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
And our water professionals that treat the water, they're licensed through the state. It's a very rigorous process
That's right.
to
TCEQ.
get that license, and it takes years of experience and knowledge. So it's not something that you just wake up and say, hey, I want to treat water.
So speaking of TCEQ, the statewide licenses, you were talking earlier about, let's kind of talk a little bit about drought contingency and like how we need to conserve
Sure.
water in general.
We get our water, of course, from the Guadalupe River, and we have permits that's required. We're not allowed to just go willy-nilly, just go
Right.
go for it.
Yeah.
So we're allowed so much water and we rely on the flow of the river. You
Right.
know, during a flood, what do
They're
we
like,
look
oh,
for?
it's 20 feet high.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Or low, I should say.
Yeah,
And, oh my
elevation.
God.
When the river's at 21,
They're worried
we're
about being
kind of a-
flooded
yes,
for good reason.
right. So we kind of worry about when it's low.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, guess what I got to worry about when it's high? Flooding.
Mhm.
So I like that happy medium. I like
Mhm.
consistency.
You want it to be in the Goldilocks
Yes.
zone where it's just right.
Yep. Anyway,
Exactly.
we have like 5 series of drought contingency plans.
Mhm.
And that's part of, again, another thing that TCEQ requires us to do.
Mhm.
Provide that plan. Every place in Texas has one.
Right.
So, we go from mild all the way to extreme.
Mhm.
And each one is based on either the river flow, how much is coming down the river.
Right.
And as we get further into those stages, then it's based on the off-channel
Right.
reservoirs. It's based on that. Simple.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. In general terms, it's a simple process of how do we know how much water and when do we go into which stage?
All these will be on our city website on
Uh-huh.
our contingency plan. So if anybody at home wants to go ahead and look at those, then they're more than welcome.
For sure.
I think it is important to note that it is tied to the river and the amount of water we have. Like, it's not just you waking up and deciding, oh, I'm gonna have people only water their lawns on
Right.
certain days.
Didn't you guys tell us about some resiliency you guys have built into the system over the years?
Yes, we
What are some of
do.
those measures?
And that's something we're always looking at as a city, and we're not alone.
Mhm.
We're always looking, where can we get that extra little bit of water? Because we don't think about 5 years from now, I'm thinking 50 years. I'm thinking next generation.
Okay.
And it's real easy to just say, I'm good, I'm covered, I'm retiring in 10 years, I'm not gonna worry about it. No.
We have 10 more years with you?
Yeah, sure. Okay, way to go.
You hear it here.
Way to go. Publix is probably going, no. It's getting that looking long term. Then there's lots of other ways. There's, of course, still water from the river.
Mhm.
We're looking at GBRA, which is the Guadalupe Blanco River Authority. They kind of
Yep.
monitor the river. They actually have rights that they can sell, give away.
It's called Canyon
I
Lake,
don't
right?
think they would. Well,
That's where
yes,
we can pull
yes.
from in an alternative.
Right.
Okay.
Nobody gives anything away for free. It's a great thought, but
Yeah.
that doesn't happen. But
Sure.
there's water there. And then there's other things more innovative.
Mm-hmm.
They call them aquifer storage wells.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking into those.
Mhm.
Right now,
Yeah.
we've got, of course, GBRA, river rights.
Yep.
We always in conversation with GBRA.
Mhm.
What else is out there? And then we look at what's coming down the river. We look at how much Greg's pushing out to the public.
Yep.
How much water
How much
we
water we're
using.
Right.
All of that plays into the factor
Mm-hmm.
of how we monitor our usage and get through each and every year.
Sam,
Right.
he just said monitor. What does that remind you of?
Well, it reminds me that residents should monitor their water usage, but it's kind
Hey.
of hard to
I
do
knew she would.
because you can't really take note, okay, I've used this many gallons.
Are we doing
System.
an ad right now?
This is ad time.
Yeah.
Another plug.
It's not an ad because we're not getting paid for it. If you're a City of Victoria water customer, you can sign up for this service and it'll let you know how many gallons of water you're using over a time period. That can help you kind of keep track of your water usage, maybe reduce if you want to do that. And it also, I don't know exactly what all it does, but it will even let you know if your water usage goes above normal for a certain amount of time, because guess what? You probably have a leak if that's the case.
Right.
And you want to find out about that before you see it on your water bill, right?
Exactly.
So
Yes.
that would
So
be
it's
good
really
if you went
useful.
on a cruise or a vacation to go
Yeah,
say,
I was
hey,
just gonna
you
say
know what?
that.
I need to go ahead and watch this.
I mean, you could always contact your neighbor, but why not have it on your
Exactly.
phone? Right?
Exactly.
Yep.
I like that. So waterwise.com, it's free.
Yes.
The reason we
It's
keep
great.
plugging it though is like I feel like I'm a marketer. Like I sound like I'm trying to get some money, but I'm really not. The reason why is obviously because of what we just talked about. We want to help residents know their water usage for two reasons. We want them to obviously have control of their bill, right? But also the whole point that we just talked about, like at the end of the day, we have a limited supply of water.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty nuts to think about. But right now it sounds like you guys are doing anything and everything you can to make sure we've got a resilient, stable system today
Yes.
for our residents. And so that's awesome to hear. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm trying to be as creative as possible.
I think the water from my coffee came from the sink.
Which is great water, by the way.
Sink water?
I like.
I'll never
I
forget
love
one
our
time
water.
Ken told me I was drinking like a Dasani bottle of water and he was like, you realize water distributors get the water from local
Uh-huh.
governments. It's the same thing, like from the public
It's-
water system, and then they put it in a package, a nice fancy, and they sell it to you. And I was like, are you serious?
Yeah. Look on your bottle of water.
So this
Look
is
at the
not
back where
from
it's made.
the beautiful mountains of Ethiopia?
No,
I
it's
don't know.
made
I just
San
made that up.
Antonio water system.
Would it be Ethiopia?
Houston water system.
Evian? I don't know.
Oh,
Evion's actually
Dasani.
is from Switzerland. I think it's actually from Europe.
yeah,
Europe,
probably.
Ethiopia, I don't know where that
It's
is.
probably.
Well, if it is from Europe, that sounds like it's not very good for
It's
the
still
environment.
probably from a water treatment plant
So.
Yeah.
that a couple of guys are running, going, "Hey, you know, how much chlorine should
What
we
about
put
the
in?"
islands of Hawaii?
Yeah, what I was saying.
They're surrounded by water.
Sure.
They got volcano water.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
I think it's
branding.
called lava.
Branding.
Well, one place that you can look if you want to know what drought restrictions we're in right now, if you go online to victoriatx.gov, if we are in any stage of the drought plan, you'll see a top bar at the top
Right.
that says what stage we're in. You can click on it for more information.
If anyone's not following the restrictions, yes, you can call us. We hope that it motivates you to follow the restrictions. So
Yes.
Ken will appreciate it. He's already gotten mad at me one time for
What?
mowing my
Watering?
lawn. Yeah.
No, not mowing.
Watering
your-
my lawn.
Watering. No, you can water your grass. Just follow the times.
I tell my toddler not to play in the water for that reason.
He-
Just saying.
Okay.
I follow the rules.
I
I'm
would
a
still
rule
I would still
follower.
bathe my children.
Sam, do you follow the rules?
I don't have a lawn, so it's easy for me to follow the rules. And I want to say too,
I really try to keep a
Boy,
straight
that is
face when
great.
she
That
says
is good.
We don't want to get to where we were in 2012, drought stage 4, or even inklings of stage 5, which we're not trying to
No.
freak you out, but we are trying to be educational and stay on top of this. We hope you learned something new today.
Thank you all.
Greg,
Thank you.
Sam, Ken, AJ,
Sign
water.
Sign off.
I don't know.
It
It's
doesn't
supposed
work.
to make
There's
some
no.
sound.
Oh.
She didn't
I
know
knew
Hey,
was
that
gonna
was
happen.
meant to happen.
Way to go.
We were actually going to dunk you with an igloo.
way to go.